All right, guys, I got wind that Brett Cooper is going to appear on Fox News in about a few minutes at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Jesse Waters Prime Time. And so, yeah, I did not plan to make a Brett Cooper video today, actually. I plan to make a video on something else. I was going to make a video on that obese woman who is now suing Lyft or Uber or whatever because the driver told her she was too fat to get in, and now she's suing. I think that's hilarious, but now I know that Brett Cooper is going to end up on Fox News. So what I'm going to do is I am going to play her appearance on Fox News that takes place in about 30 seconds, and then I am going to react to it.
Kind of natural. It's cool to work hard. It's cool to build a family, to preserve your culture. It's cool to be proud of your history. And it's really cool to be American. Host of the Brett Cooper Show, Brett Cooper joins us now. Were you at that party?
I was not, actually, and I regret not going now. I feel like I really missed out.
It
on
looked
this
like a
huge
good
cultural
party.
phenomenon.
Why do you think they want to make a scene out of that?
Well, because it is cool. It's super exciting. And for the first time in like 10 years, the culture has shifted in a way to where young people on the right now are edgy. They're the rebels. And we've been saying that, for the last 4 years. Like, you think you're the resistance, but actually you have every mainstream organization behind you. You have every huge, Hollywood industry behind you. You're not actually a rebel. You're just falling in line with the mob and doing what they say. Like, we're actually the ones that are pushing back and fighting. And I think they finally realized that.
So what does it say if you're considered edgy, that you like the country, you like sports, you get dressed up, you have a few drinks,
Yep.
You're normal, you like girls?
I mean, it makes me think of the American Revolution. I mean, we think about those guys, and they were pretty normal, and they were, wanting freedom, and they were wanting the life that we have built now in this country.
And they were pretty young.
They were very young, which I think people often forget. These were, 17 to 22-year-old men who were hungry and huge dreamers, and I feel like we're getting back to that actually in a very cool way.
What does it mean for the culture that Jim Acosta is stepping down?
I had to look up who Jim Acosta is. So
No.
I literally did. So I think that tells you where Gen Z's priorities are right now. I was like, who is this guy? Why do I
No one
care?
your age watches Jim Acosta.
No. And if we do, it's because we see him on X and people are making fun of him.
More people see Jim Acosta on this show than they see on CNN.
Which is unfortunate.
So where are we going now as a media? Are you now the tip of the spear?
I think that we are moving more and more independent. I just left the Daily Wire. I'm starting my new show. I wanted to be independent. I watched the media landscape change over the last couple of years, but especially leading into this, election. And young people are just hungry for independent voices who are authentic and honest with their audiences. They don't want to hear from traditional pundits 24/7.
Oh, you're saying I'm not going to have a
I
job?
know, no, you're going to.
Am I
because
fired?
It's great.
How many more years do I have, Brett?
No, you're one of my favorites.
Okay.
But I think that it's just changing in that there are more opportunities now. And, as Elon says, we are the media now. So it's not just that commentators are popping up and there's all these new podcasters, but it's normal people who finally have a voice and are able to share their own opinions, whether it's on a Substack or on a post on X that goes viral. People have a voice in a way that they haven't had ever.
Some people think you're cruel.
I know.
They think you're mean, you're a mean girl, you're exclusive, you're not tolerant. What do you say when they say that to you?
I don't care, Margaret. I really don't care. But no, on a more serious note, I think it's that you just don't understand what we believe. And my goal is to help you understand. That's my goal with my show. It's what has always been my goal with my content is if I can change your perspective on who we are and what we believe and what we stand for, even if it's not to change your mind or change your vote, but to make you have more respect for your friends who think differently than you, then I've done what I want to do. And so I think that it's just trying to reach across the aisle with nuance and empathy. Because I think that things are changing. We saw that in 2024. And so I think there's a lot more progress to be made.
It's like
There's a lot of
Fetterman.
room.
We can have a conversation.
Exactly. There's a lot of room at the Cruel Kids table. I'm welcoming you. I'm happy to have you.
All right, Brett, good to see you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for
Her
having
first
me.
time on Fox, how did she do? I was so nice.
You were very nice.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
so
having
much.
me.
All right, so that was Brett Cooper's appearance on Fox News. Here's my reaction. I have a lot to say. Number one, it was way too short. That's the one thing that sucks about these news networks, and I think that's part of the reason why they're kind of dying is because everything that they do is these super short segments. It's like even their interviews, like This guy brings Brett Cooper on. I didn't even know it was her first time being on the show. And the conversation was literally like 4 minutes, like 3-4 minutes. And then next thing you know, she's gone. It's like, dang, we didn't really get to the important questions. She didn't really get to promote her show. She talked about it. He never really gave her an opportunity to actually shout out her show. Like, hey, what's your show so people could go watch? Hey, it's the Brett Cooper Show on YouTube. Go check it out, blah, 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 whatever. This is Fox News. This is how they want to do it. Jesse Waters also asked her about Jim Acosta. I thought it was very interesting that she did not know who that was. And I'm not surprised that she didn't know who that was, because Gen Z, that younger generation, does not watch cable news. I'm not Gen Z. I'm a millennial. I'm 30 years old. I don't even watch cable news. I don't ever watch it. I don't watch Fox. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch MSNBC, whatever. I don't watch any of that stuff. It just doesn't appeal to me. You know what I watch? I watch YouTube. It's the truth. Most people my age are younger, in their, early 30s, mid 30s, 20s, whatever, for the most part. Even people older than that, even people in their 40s and 50s watch YouTube, believe it or not. But bottom line is, independent media, which they did speak on, because he was kind of asking her, like, what's the new way? What's going on? And then she said she thinks it's independent media. And then he said, oh, was my job gone? And then she just kind of laughed, was trying to be nice, like, no, I like you. But actually, no, his job is in jeopardy. I mean, he'll be fine for the next, however long. But whoever the next Jesse Waters is probably not going to thrive on a big media network. Now, I will give Fox News their credit. When it comes to the ratings out of all the news networks, I actually think Fox is number one. I'm pretty sure they are. So they're going to be around for a while. But overall, YouTube is kicking these people's butts. Seriously. Like, even if you look at the election coverage, you guys want to know who got the most views that night? It was Patrick Bet-David. Patrick Bet-David had like 250,000 live viewers watching his show. I don't know how many cable news networks got that, but some of these people on YouTube, like Patrick Bet-David and Charlie Kirk or whatever, they are getting an insane amount of views. They are getting way more views on their videos than these news networks get. Seriously. And so, yeah, independent media is definitely the wave. Brett Cooper is definitely one of the leaders of that for Gen Z. And, I mean, I can't really say I expected him to talk about the drama because this is a news network. They're probably not going to pivot too much into the drama that's going on with Daily Wire. She did talk about it, though. She did say that she left Daily Wire on Fox News and that she's got herself a new show. So I thought that was pretty cool. But, yeah, just wanted to show you guys her appearance on Fox News because I know, we're all fans of her here, and just honestly give my reaction. There wasn't too much to react to as I thought. I thought the segment would be way longer. It was only like 3 minutes, so they didn't really talk about much, just mainstream media and like Jim Acosta and just, really stuff like that. But I do want to touch on one other thing too, because people have been asking me in the comments, so I just want to make this clear. When Brett Cooper released her trailer video on, like a day ago or whatever, and I covered it, I talked about the fact that she put a whole bunch of YouTubers in there, and I just gave my reaction. There were a few people in my comments, and I actually, when I went to her trailer, I did find one comment that said, hey, you should have included Echoes from Above in your trailer. And blah. Like, I actually saw a comment on her video say, I'm like, wow, that is crazy. And then you had a few people comment on my video and say, it sucks that you weren't in there and blah, blah. So I just want to give my reaction to those who care, my thoughts on that. So I have no issue with me not being in Brett Cooper's video. That doesn't necessarily mean that she doesn't know who I am or hasn't seen my videos. Maybe she doesn't. She might not, or maybe she has. And maybe, I don't know. It's not something that I've never ever really even like put much thought into. Like, it's not a big deal to me. It's like, for me on YouTube, I make videos on things that I care about and I have fun. And I've got people who watch my videos and they enjoy it. And that's more than good enough for me. I don't have to get recognition or be in somebody's big YouTube video or be noticed by somebody that I cover, for it to really matter. Like, whether she notices me or doesn't notice me or covers me or doesn't or whatever, it's no big deal at all. All I can say is I'm a huge fan of her. I appreciate the content that she makes. And believe it or not, guys, I don't agree with everything. I actually think that that's the important part about me and what I do is I'm not exactly a conservative. Like, the way I look at it is I'm not Democrat or Republican. I'm pro good, right? I look at it more so as it's a battle of good versus evil. And I stand for good. And when there are things that Trump does that I like or I agree with, I'll say it. There's things that the Democrats do that I like, I'll say it. That's really the way that I kind of look at this stuff. And it's the same thing with these content creators. There have been things that people like the Quartering or Brett Cooper or Benny Johnson, whoever, have said that I did not agree with. That doesn't mean I'm just going to cancel them and not watch what they say. I watch the videos and the stuff that I do enjoy and that I do care about. And, yeah, that's just kind of how I am, so. Yeah, it doesn't bother me at all that I wasn't in the video. Just making that extremely clear. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the positive comments as always, but no biggie at all. No problem. I was very happy for Zook, though. And I made that clear in my last video. I was very happy to see Zook Davis on there because it's always dope when a very small creator, which me and him are both considered very small creators. We don't even have 100K yet. Hopefully, both of us will get there at some point, right? But it was just really cool to see him because, like I said, when you put in the effort that he puts into his content, it's nice to get rewarded for it because I see a lot of content creators who put a lot of effort to their content and they just don't exactly get the results. Like, YouTube is a very hard game. So I always am I'm always supportive of other content creators who are succeeding because I know how hard this game is. And yeah, I guess that's it. I didn't really plan to make a super long video. I'm sorry. I didn't really plan to make a video on Brett Cooper. The goal is to make a video on something else. If something crazy happens, then I don't have a choice. I got to do what I got to do. But the goal really is to make videos on other things. Like I said, I was going to cover the Lyft girl, the really obese, the morbidly obese girl. The girl's like 600 pounds that is suing Lyft or whatever because the guy said you can't get in my car because you're too big or whatever. It's funny. Anyway, there will be more content coming. Thank you guys so much for the support that you all have given me, especially with covering this Brett Cooper news. This probably will be the last video. I know I said that last time in the comments, but this should honestly be the last video unless something insane happens, So anyway, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one.